Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ Training. Look, DJs, please do not nickel and dime your clients. This is really important, and I think a lot of DJs, maybe they don't even understand that they're doing it. I think what happens is, as a business owner, we think as a business owner, and we don't always think like the consumer. And that doesn't really matter until you are the consumer and you're getting nickel and dimed and you're frustrated with it. I'll give you an example. I recently bought some t-shirts, some printed t-shirts for my business. And I went in and I worked with this guy a lot, but what happened was I said, I want this kind of t-shirt because I like soft t-shirts. I love my soft t-shirts. I do not buy shirts that are not soft. So I told him I need a soft t-shirt. I want this kind preferably. And he said, sure, we can do that. I said, awesome. How much is it gonna be? Now, generally t-shirts are around $12 to $15, okay? So I'm like, that's the zone that I like to be in because I can get about 25 of them. It's not super expensive. They're still awesome quality. They're super soft. The printing's good, everything's all good with that. And so I said, okay, how much would it be for, however many? And he said, okay, so the t-shirt is gonna be $14 or $12. I said, okay. And then he said, well, with that, you need to get the printing, and the printing's gonna be $5. So I'm like, okay, 17, that's fine. I want the soft t-shirts, right? I'm happy to pay a little bit more. So I said, okay. And then he said, so with that, the printing is $5, but then you really need a special kind of ink that puts it up to $18. I'm like, okay. I said, okay, so then with that t-shirt, you can't just have this, you need to have some extra thing because it's not just, like the ink is special, so now we have to have this other fee, which is $2.50 a shirt. So now I'm up at $20.50. Now here's the thing. If he would have just came to me and said, look, I will have your t-shirt good to go for $20.50 each, I would have said, okay, that sounds good. But it's that he started off at 12 and then he moved it up to 15 and then 18 and then 8 and then $20.50. And so this is the thing, I felt nickel and dimed. And I like him and I love working with him. The issue with it is that it started off as a small fee, right? And then almost like a bait and switch. It starts off small and then it's added a little bit more and then a little bit more and then a little bit more and a little bit more. This is what I recommend to DJs or photographers or whatever it may be. I say charge them a little bit more from the start, and then if they want something, throw it in for free. Let me give you an example. If it is an outdoor event, what I will do is, let's say the normal rate would be $600, right? If it's a fundraiser, okay? $600. Now, it is possible that they will need an easy up for me, but it's not guaranteed. So what I would do is, if it's outside, I would say, hey, the pricing would be $650. They're gonna say, okay. Now, I am making $50 extra than what I normally would have charged, right? Because it was $600, now it's $650. So what I would do, say, hey, do you guys need an easy up? Now, here's what they're gonna say. Yes, okay, I bring my easy up, I don't charge them, or no, and I made 50 bucks, right? So what a lot of DJs will do is they will say, oh, I'm 600. They say, okay, awesome. And then they turn it and say, oh, do you need an easy up for me? And they say, yes, and it's okay, that'll be $50. Well, now that client feels like kind of nickel and dimed because they thought it was 600 and now it's 650. I don't like doing that to my clients because I feel ripped off when I do it. It's like, well, why didn't you just tell me it was gonna be 650, right? And I think it can go the same way as like, hey, your wedding, yeah, it's gonna be, X, and then, but really you need an extra sound upgrade, so that's gonna be X plus $100, and then for the lighting, for this and that, it's gonna be a little bit more, and you need these cables, so that's gonna be a little bit more, and then they're up $200 when they thought it was gonna be one price. I don't recommend doing that. Now, this is different than an upgrade or an add-on, right? So I have my typical reception package, and then I also have a ceremony upgrade or additional add-on. And so what I will do is I will say, hey, do you want the ceremony? If you do, that'll be a different cost. That'll be an additional cost because I'm bringing out more equipment. It's completely separate. It's not the same thing. And so the clients don't feel ripped off because it's like, oh, well, we're getting this. Just like a gobo or any kind of upgrade, maybe a dancing on the cloud effect. It's a different upgrade. Now, it is bad when it's the same thing. So if it's a ceremony and then it's a long run of cable because you're 100 feet away from power, and then you charge them 20 bucks because of the cable. Look, it's 20 bucks, okay? Let it go. It's only 20 bucks. Here's the thing. You don't want to annoy your clients in any way. You don't want them to have a bad feeling. I bring up the Easy Up because it's a great example. They will charge the client $100 for an Easy Up when really an Easy Up costs $100, right? Now, I know my Easy Up was more than that. My Easy Up was $250, but they don't know that. They don't know, mine's waterproof. They don't know that. They can go to Costco and buy one or some knockoff one for 80 bucks. They don't know that yours is, you know, 4 times as nice, that it's waterproof and it has all the side walls and everything. They don't know that, and they don't care. All they know is that it's an Easy Up and that you're charging them $100. Okay, so that's the other part of it. You need to make sure that your rental fees are in check, and you need to know how to price properly. Don't nickel and dime them because they will get upset that you are almost being unfair. And I get it that you're not necessarily being unfair, but they may feel that way. Please don't nickel and dime your clients, because that will, even if you're a great DJ and you are awesome and they have a great event, you don't want that to be the one thing that they remember, that, you know, it was great, but, right? You want them to be happy and say it was unbelievable, it was such a great value, it was amazing. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments section. My name's Tanner James with DJ TJ Training, and thank you for checking out the video.